Okay, I think you might have seen this question before, perhaps on your trial exam. But anyway, state the type of natural capital of which ivory is an example. Yes, I remember you guys got this question. So, type of natural capital, 3 types of natural capital: renewable, replenishable, which I mostly want you to forget about, and non-renewable. Right. So the type of natural capital, ivory, it's going to be renewable. Remember, replenishable, we're only going to answer that if we're talking about groundwater or ozone. Otherwise, forget it. Okay. 2 factors that have given the African elephant red list status is probably 1, the threat of extinction due to human activities is pretty high. And another one would be drastic declines in population number. One thing to notice here is that low populations in and of themselves aren't enough for the red list, because a population or a species might naturally have low population numbers. And so then that's not a threat, that's not a problem. It only becomes a problem if we see sudden declines. Okay, so elephants eat a variety of vegetation: grasses, shrubs, leaves, small tree seedlings. Describe the impact on a grassland ecosystem. We remove, okay, so obviously an increase in vegetation, and perhaps the succession, perhaps succession will proceed if the elephants were maintaining the process of succession at a subclimax sear. Remember, sears are different stages in succession. Climax is the ultimate one. Okay, and so then that could be an increase in productivity. Now it could be like decrease in productivity with removal of cow dung. That's so less energy inputs into soil, decomposer ecosystem. Leaves and small tree seedlings, so you're going to have more large trees. Maybe some trees will disappear because they are dependent on moving through the elephant gut to germinate. So that's not something I'd necessarily expect you to think about, but it's actually true. Some seeds have to be ingested by birds or other animals before they can germinate, and so when that animal goes extinct or disappears from the area, we lose the plant species as well. Okay, calculate the annual rate of population increase for elephants in Zimbabwe. Right, the rate, so it's increasing from 1985, that's here, so 40,000 to 80,000, so that's 40,000 per 85, 95, 20 years. So that's 20,000 per 10 years. So that's 2,000 per year. Is that right? So Zimbabwe, yes. Population increase, okay. Population of elephants is growing rapidly in Zimbabwe. This may lead to conservation issues. 2 strategies for managing the population of elephants. Well, this is a really hard question. I remember we talked about this. So, I suppose conservation issues could be clashes between farmers, and we could allow hunting with restricted licenses. I mean, we don't want to increase. I'm interested. I remember we talked about this one, that I wasn't sure what the second mark would be. I mean, probably the conservation issues that they're talking about will be clashes between the farmers and the elephants, clashes between people and elephants. So how can you reduce those clashes? I don't know what we do in Thailand. There are those clashes in Thailand. I know that we do kill an elephant if it attacks a human, unless the human provoked it. But I don't know what we really do to manage the wild elephants that raid crops. I don't know, is there elephant-proof fences? I don't know, that would be my guess. I think it's rubbish. But if I'm in the exam, it's going to put something down. It's 2 marks. That first one's probably good. Alright, is that the end of question 2? I think so. Alright, good.